book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Can you please also send the links for the reader to view whatever will be called upon?
Okay, all praises to the Most High. Brothers and sisters, we back. Lord's will, the sound is good now. We don't know what happened. Something just happened, devil in the matrix. Okay, but we back. All praise to the Most High, God of heaven and earth. Okay, let's go back because the last verse we're reading was in Deuteronomy 30. Excuse me, Deuteronomy 31. So read Deuteronomy 31. Read 20 again.
Yes, sir. The book of Deuteronomy.
And what we were going over was the fact that when we teach this truth the right way, when we teach this Bible the right way, according to how the Lord has commanded us, there are people that are people that have they suffer from Stockholm syndrome. They say we're making white people uncomfortable. Listen, man. If it means that when we teach the Bible the right way, our oppressors are uncomfortable, we praise the Lord. We praise the Lord for that thing. If the oppressor is uncomfortable because we teach the Bible with boldness, without fear, no favor, guess what? We praise the Lord for that thing. Now read the Bible. Deuteronomy 31 verse 20.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 20.
Come on.
For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers.
The land that the Lord swore unto our forefathers is the land of Jerusalem. Currently in Jerusalem right now, you have white people calling themselves Jewish, claiming that they are us, claiming that they are the people of God. Benjamin Netanyahu is not the people of God. You understand? That's the grandson of Esau. Understand that? That right there, that is the grandson of Esau that God calls a bastard. Understand that in Zechariah 9 and 6. Keep going.
For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers.
Put some power in your reading, man. Come on.
Yes, sir. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 20.
Read.
For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey.
Read.
And they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat.
Watch this.
Then will they turn unto other gods.
He says, you see that thing? When we are now, the Lord is taking care of us. He says, we're going to forget him. We're going to turn ourselves unto worship other gods. Read.
And serve them.
And serve them, meaning bow down to them and follow every demonic custom that comes with worshiping them idols. Read.
And provoke me and break my covenant.
Exactly. Because when we serve other gods, we provoking the Lord to anger, man. But guess what? In Deuteronomy 28, the Lord gives you the names of these idols, man. Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64.
Read.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Because right now we are scattered among all nations on earth as slaves. Understand, we are not free. We are still slaves. Despite what they teach you in the Christian church, talk about we are saved. You are not saved, man. You are still a slave. As a nation, we are still slaves. It doesn't matter if you live in Babylon the Great, aka America, the greatest city on earth. Our people are slaves over there. Read.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Go ahead.
And they,
when we get to those lands of slavery, what's going to happen?
Thou shalt serve other gods.
We're going to serve other gods other than the Most High God of heaven and earth. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Read.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. So the wood goes into the Christian church. I mean the Christian cross, which deals with Christianity. The stone deals with Islam when they worship that black dirty rock called Allah in Mecca. You understand? So now give me that in Habakkuk. Is it Habakkuk 2 verse 18? Read that. Let's get some specifics. Let's get some more. Because this Christian cross that you wear on your neck is a teacher of lies. You need to understand that. Habakkuk 2 verse 18.
The book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 18.
Come on.
What profit is the graven image?
The Lord is asking the question. He's using our forefather, the prophet Habakkuk, to ask, what does that Christian cross on your neck, what does it profit you? Because our people, we're still at the bottom, we're still poor, we're still struggling. You understand? We still have broken families and whatnot. We still live in the ghettos. We live from paycheck to paycheck. What are you talking about? You are saved. From what? How could you say you are saved, but when you look at the condition of your people, we are at the bottom? What you mean we saved? From what? Exactly. Now read.
What profit is the graven image?
What does this graven image on your neck, what does it profit? Read.
That the maker thereof hath graven
because
it.
The maker is these nations. Because these nations, they are the ones that made up these idols for us to worship. Read.
The molten image.
Because it's molten. That's a molten image. They use plastic. You understand? They use gold. They use diamond. They use silver. They use brass. Right?
And a teacher of lies.
And a teacher of lies. So the Christian cross that you wear on your neck, that's a teacher of lies. What is the lie that it has taught you? It taught you that Jesus is white. It taught you that you are saved already, even though you as a people, we are at the bottom. That's a lie. It teaches you that Jesus is a white man. Wherever have you ever heard, anywhere in history, where a white man has saved you? A white man that hates your guts. How can you be on the cross for 6 hours, talk about, I'm dying for a black man? Where? It's not even in the history, man. Okay, come on.
That the maker of his work trusted therein.
Right. You see, the maker of these things, they trust in these things. They don't trust in the Most High God of heaven and earth. That's why in China, they worship a fat man called Buddha. You understand? They trust in them things. In India, the Elamites, they worship an elephant-looking type of god called Krishna. You understand? So in Islam, the Arabs, they worship a black rock called Allah. The white man, they teaching our people to worship a white man called Caesar Borgia. They say, no. When you look at him, don't see Caesar, you see Christ. What is that called? It's called witchcraft, man. That is witchcraft. Yes, I'm still on topic. Yes, I'm going to deal with the topic was the BO of Russia. You understand? I told you I'm warming you up. Keep going.
That the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols.
Because that cross on your neck, the Lord says that's a dumb idol. Read.
Woe unto him that said to the wood.
Woe unto them that said to that Christian cross that sits on your neck.
Awake.
Awake, because that's a dumb rock. That's a dumb idol. It has no breath. Read.
To the dumb stone.
You see that Allah is a dumb stone. Allah is a dumb, dirty rock in Mecca. That's a dumb stone. Don't be fooled and talk about Allah is a God that made heaven and earth. No. Allah is a black rock in Mecca that Muslims go down there once every year, I think, to go and bow down unto it. Read.
To the dumb stone.
To the what now?
To the dumb stone.
To the dumb stone.
Arise.
Arise. It's not going to arise. You understand? Is that it on that?
No, sir.
Okay, read.
It shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver.
That's it. You see, that's how they cover it. They cover it with gold and silver. They make it seem like this thing is precious. You understand? But it's not. It's a dumb stone. Read.
And there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
That's it. The Lord is letting you know that thing has no breath in it. Okay? Go ahead.
But the Lord is in his holy temple.
You see where the Most High God of heaven and earth is, with his son sitting on his right hand. Read.
Let all the earth keep silence before him.
Meaning, shut the hell up, you nations. You understand? Now, let's deal with, go back to John 8:32, because that's the reason why we went to all these other places, to John 8:32. Now, I'm going to go into the topic now. I told you I was warming you up. Now that you are warmed up, it's time to delve deep into the topic. Pay close attention, make notes. You understand? Come on. John 8:32.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32.
I cannot get enough of hearing this verse. It's beautiful, man. Read it again.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32.
Come on.
And ye shall know the truth.
And black men, black women, brothers and sisters, you shall know the truth.
And the truth shall make you free.
And the truth shall make you free. When we keep God's commandments, we're going to get delivered. We will rule the earth. We will live forever. And we're going to give these nations a hard time on this earth until they are completely wiped out. You understand? Now, give me the book of Daniel chapter 5. Daniel 5. Beware of Russia. You see, black leaders, you must beware of Russia, man. Russia is not your friend. Russia is a part of the dragon, man, that we read in Revelation 13, Revelation 12. They are not your friend. Understand that. Read that, Daniel 5 verse 12. No, Daniel 5 and 1.
Yes, sir. The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verses 1.
Hold on, let me see. Yes, Daniel 5 and 1. Let's start there.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 1.
Read.
Belshazzar, the king, made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple, which was in Jerusalem.
This is when Babylon was ruling. This is during the time of Babylon. So Belshazzar is Nebuchadnezzar's grandson. You understand? So he's the one that has taken the throne. He's ruling now. Okay, come on.
That the king and his princes.
No, what verse you in?
Verses 2, sir.
Yeah, read verse 2. Finish that verse.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verses 2.
Come on.
Belshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem.
So now Belshazzar didn't learn what happened to his father before him. Because remember his father, when he was proud, the Most High God stripped him of the kingship in his kingdom, because that kingdom was set up by the Most High God of heaven and earth, was seen in the vision of our forefather Daniel. So he became proud. But then guess what? The Lord humbled him, and then when he acknowledged the Most High God of heaven and earth, he was restored his kingdom. Read Daniel 4, read verse 37. Listen good. This is what Nebuchadnezzar said before he dropped dead. Come on.
The book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 37.
Read.
Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise.
You see, it says, I, Nebuchadnezzar, come on.
Praise and extol the honor and extol
honor the honor the King of heaven. Man, you are making us confused here, man. Read the Bible correctly, man. Verse 37.
The book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 37.
Read.
Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven.
Who's the King of heaven? The Most High God of heaven and earth. He's the King of heaven. You understand? Read.
All whose works are truth.
On all his works are truth. Read.
And his ways judgment.
And his ways judgment. Come on.
And those that walk in pride, he is able to abase.
That's it. Because he's talking about himself. He don't understand this. He knows, because that's what happened to him. He started to eat grass. Man, he was stripped off. He became a beast eating grass. That's what the Lord did to him. Now, his grandson, he didn't learn nothing from what happened to his grandfather. Now, read Daniel 5, verse 2 again.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 2.
Come on.
Belshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels, which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple.
So, you see what he was doing? He was drinking out of the vessels they took out of the temple in Jerusalem. He was drinking wine with his concubines with it. You see the level of disrespect? Go ahead.
That the king and his princes, his wives and his concubines, might drink therein.
Exactly. That's what he was doing. Now jump down to verse 5. Come on.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verses 5.
Read.
In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand.
You see, in the same hour when he was doing this, drinking with our vessels that they took out of our temple in Jerusalem with his prostitutes, he was drinking with those, he was drinking out of that. Read.
And wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaister of the wall of the king's palace.
Read.
And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote.
Jump down to verse 8. You can read the rest on your own. Verse 18.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 18.
Now, this is during the time when Babylon was ruling. Okay, come on.
O thou king, the Most High God gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom, and majesty and glory and honor.
You see, now he's telling you, listen, this is Daniel. Read verse 17.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 17.
Listen good.
Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation.
The interpretation of what's going on. You understand? Listen good. Come on.
O thou king, the Most High God gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom.
Exactly. Now he's going over the history of what happened to his grandfather. Read.
And majesty and glory and honor. And for majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him.
Read.
Whom he would, he slew. And whom he would, he kept alive. And whom he would set, excuse me, sir. The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 19.
Whom he would, he set up.
And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him. Whom he would, he slew.
Come on.
And whom he would, kept alive.
Read.
And whom he would, he set up. And whom he would, he put down.
Come on.
But when his heart was lifted up,
because that was the problem. When his heart was lifted up, when he became too prideful, what happened? Come on.
And his mind hardened in pride. He was deposed.
He was what now?
He was deposed
He was deposed. Read.
from his kingly throne,
That's it. Come on.
and they took his glory from him.
That's it. Come on.
And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beasts, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen,
Read.
and his body was wet with the dew of heaven,
Come on.
till he knew that the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men.
That's it right there. You see, Donald Trump hasn't learned that yet. Donald Trump has not learned that the Most High, what is that? What did he say? That the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. You see, Donald Trump has not learned that. He will though. He's going to learn it the hard way. He must read about what happened to his forefathers, who Antiochus, you understand, who Demetrius. He must learn what happened to Nicanor. He must learn what happened to them. But guess what? And he knows that because the people around him, they're afraid to tell him, do you know what happened in the past? You understand? Because they know there's scholars around him, Bell. So he was willing to lie on national TV to present photos that he took from the Congo of what happened over there during the genocide. He said, you see, this is what's happening in South Africa. But because Cyril Ramaphosa, the president, because those are his masters, he can't say nothing, man. He can't rebuke them. He can't challenge them. He can't say anything. While he was in the meeting, he was already trying to offer up our minerals unto him in the meeting, man. Right there, in real time, he was already saying, listen, we've got minerals in South Africa and all of that. He's already selling our country off right then and there. Because he is willing to what? To sell off his minerals of his nation that should benefit from to the king of Babylon. You see what happened to the king of Babylon? Just read Daniel 4. You'll see what happened to the king of Babylon. Keep going. And Daniel 5. Go ahead.
And that he appointed over it whomsoever he will.
Exactly. He appointed over it whomsoever he will. Jump down to verse 24. Now he's going to give you the interpretation that was written in verse 5. Read.
The book of Daniel chapter 5 verse 24.
Come on.
Then was the part of the hand sent from him.
No, the verse 24.
Excuse me, sir. The book of Daniel chapter 5 verse 24. Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written.
Read.
And this is the writing that was written. Mene mene, tekel ufarsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it.
Exactly. God has numbered your kingdom and finished it. Remember, God has numbered Babylon the Great, that great demonic kingdom. America is a great demonic kingdom, man. The Most High God of heaven and earth, he has numbered it. And the Lord is going to finish it. When you read Isaiah 34, when you read Isaiah 47, the Lord is going to finish it. When you read Revelation 18, the Lord going to finish it. When you read Isaiah 63, the Lord going to finish it. It's numbered, it's going to be finished. It's coming, man. Just wait for it patiently. Come on.
Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting.
Exactly. Because the king of Babylon is found wanting. Babylon as a kingdom is found wanting. Because guess what? America is floating on the pool of blood of our forefathers. Understand that. We read that last week. Read.
Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians.
Exactly. It says thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. In these last days, the kingdom will not be given to the Medes and Persians. Give me 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 7 through 9. I'm going to show you who the kingdom will be given to when America is finished as a kingdom, but the Most High God of heaven and earth, when the Lord returns. Because we're not going to do it. The Lord is going to do it. We're preparing our people for the deliverance, for the second coming of Christ, so that when the bomb drops, we get delivered. You understand? That is our job. We don't own no bombs. You know, we don't own no guns, and if we do, the bullets are limited. You understand? So we're waiting on the Most High God to send his Son to deliver us from all over the world where he has scattered us because of our sins. Now read the Bible. 2 Ezra, man. 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 7 through 9. I'm going to show you. When Babylon the Great is destroyed, the kingdom will not be given to the Persians and the Medes. Not in these last days. Read the Bible.
Second book of Ezra chapter 6 verse 7.
Read.
Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
What will be the end of the age? That's what we're waiting for patiently. Read.
Or when shall be the end of the first?
When will be the end of the first? Come on.
And the beginning of it that followeth?
You see, at the end of the first, this kingdom that's ruling right now, when will be the end of it? Because it's already numbered, it's going to be finished like we're reading here. So don't just leave it there to when it was talk about ancient Babylon. No, it's also talk about new Babylon the Great. You understand? Neo Babylon. Read.
And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac,
From Abraham unto Isaac.
when Jacob and Esau were born of him,
Come on.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Jacob was holding the heel of Esau in our foremother's womb. Go ahead. When they came out, he was holding his heel, the heel of his brother. I'm coming next. You understand? Come on.
For Esau is the end of the world,
Because Esau is the end of the world we are living in right now. That the end of their times might come through them. Yes. Read.
and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob is the beginning of the kingdom that followeth. So no, when Babylon the Great is destroyed, the Persians and the Medes are not going to be the ones taking over. We're taking over. You understand? We're taking over, man. Understand that thing. The kingdom is ours, man. Now go back. Go back to Daniel, man. Chapter 5 verse 28.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 28. Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians.
Not in these last days, though. In these last days, the kingdom will be given to us. And it will come down from heaven. You understand? And in that kingdom, there's not going to be no death. For first 1,000 years, of course, there's going to be death. Not of us, of the nations that will be enslaved under us. Because I need my therapy. You understand? No, we need therapy, man. And yes, now this is therapy for us to get our minds right. But the second therapy we need is when I see the nations beg for mercy. That is the therapy I'm waiting for. The Lord says we're going to have a two-edged sword in our hand. It's not going to be this. No, it's going to be a physical sword from heaven. You understand? That physical sword will have no rust. You understand? If I want the sword to be hot, it will be hot. I'll just tell it. Listen, man. These nations, man, please. I cannot wait. You understand? So when we teach this, our people that are bewitched by Christianity and politics and Stockholm Syndrome, they say, no, you're making white people uncomfortable. Good. They must be uncomfortable, man. They've been comfortable for too long because we are asleep. When we're waking up now, all of a sudden they say you're teaching hate because they want to make us uncomfortable when they've been making us uncomfortable for all these years. No, them days are over, man. We're going to teach the Bible, and the Lord, the Most High God of heaven and earth, He's making them uncomfortable. We just the verses the Lord is using to teach. And we're not teaching them. You know how crazy, you know what's crazy? We're not sitting them teaching them. No, we're teaching our people, but they're feeling uncomfortable. Are you serious? I'm waking up my brothers and sisters, and the white man, the Chinese man, is feeling uncomfortable. Man, you can't believe it. Now, where we at?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now read verse 31. Daniel 5 verse 31.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 31.
Now this is the next kingdom that obviously Babylon gets destroyed. Persia is taking over. Okay, come on.
And Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old.
Okay, all praises. Now, give me Daniel chapter 7 now. Verse 1. Daniel 7 and 1.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 1.
Come on.
In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed.
Come on.
Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea.
Read.
And four great beasts.
And what now?
And four great beasts.
We were just reading about one of those beasts. One of those four beasts is the kingdom of Babylon, of Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, come on.
And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another.
We went over that last week. Read on.
The first was like a lion.
This going into Babylon, which we just read about. Read.
And had eagle's wings. And I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked.
Read.
And it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man.
And it may stand upon the feet as a man. Come on.
And a man's heart was given to it.
And a man's heart was given to it. Read on.
And
we went over this last week already. Come on. In the class called the eagle in the what? The bear in the eagle's shadow. The bear in the eagle's shadow. We go over this, okay? Because some people might be watching this 2 weeks from now. and they be thinking, last week, what class is that? The name of the class is called A Bear in the Eagle's Shadow. Come on.
And behold, another beast.
And behold, another beast. Come on.
A second, like to a bear.
Okay, that's it. You see, this beast represent a kingdom that ruled after Babylon was destroyed. Is represented by the symbol of a bear in this chapter. In other chapters, is represented by the symbol of a ram. Right? It's a ram. Ne? Yes, it's a ram. That's Daniel 8. Is it? Yeah, Daniel 8 is represented by the symbol of a ram. Okay, come on.
And behold, another beast. A second, like to a bear.
A second like to a bear. Read.
And it raised up itself on one side.
Come on.
And had 3 ribs.
And he had 3 ribs. Come on.
In the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh.
It says, arise, devour much flesh. Now, this beast right here, this bear, we just read about briefly in Daniel 5, verse, is it verse 24? Daniel 5, 24 down, all the way to 31. It talks about who is the empire that is represented by the bear. That empire is the kingdom of Media and Persia. You understand? So now, give me the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 44, verse 28. Isaiah 44, verse 28.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verses 28.
Read.
That saith of Cyrus, He is my shepherd.
That saith of Cyrus, he is my shepherd. Cyrus is the king of Persia. So the Persian Empire started with the Medes, then the Persians took over, they swallowed the Medes because the Persian Empire was going to be greater than the Media Empire, even though they are the same race. Okay, come on.
And shall perform all my pleasure, even saying to Jerusalem, Thou shalt be built, and to the temple, thy foundation shall be laid.
Oh, praises. Now, Isaiah 45 verse 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 1.
Read.
Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus.
To Cyrus. So Cyrus is not an Israelite. He is a Persian. The Lord is using him to allow our forefathers to return back to Jerusalem and build, because Nebuchadnezzar and his kingdom under Babylon, guess what they did? They destroyed our kingdom. They stole our ornaments and our vessels, our silver, our gold, and everything. They took them into their kingdom. You understand? Read.
To Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him the 2-leaved gates, and the gates shall not be shut.
And the gates shall not be shut. Come on.
I will go before thee, and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass.
So this also is letting you know that when the Persians came into power, when they went out to conquer nations, the Lord was the one that was making them conquer nations. They didn't do them on their own. It wasn't their strength and power that made them do it. The Lord is letting you know. Read verse 2. What did the Lord say?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 2.
Come on.
I will go before thee.
That's it. He said, I'm going to go before thee. So it's not because Cyrus was powerful. No. It's because it was his turn to rule. The Lord says, I'm going to go before thee, Cyrus. Read.
And make the crooked places straight.
Read.
I will break in pieces the gates of brass, and cut in sunder the bars of iron.
Come on.
And I will give thee the treasures of darkness, and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which called thee by thy name, am the God of Israel.
You know what's heavy about this thing? The Lord is even giving us the name of the king that will be taking over in Persia. Cyrus. You are reading about it right here. It says, I am the God of... It says what? It says, thou mayest know that I, the Lord which called thee by name, I am the God of Israel. So he's giving you the name of the king that's going to rule even. The same way he gave us the name of the kings that will rule in Babylon, Belshazzar, Nebuchadnezzar. Yes, it's the same thing here. Okay, now, give me the book of Isaiah. Now, jump down to verse 13. The ribs. Because remember what we read in Daniel 7. It says it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it. Meaning this bear had 3 ribs in the mouth. These ribs represent kingdoms and nations that Cyrus would conquer at the command of the Most High. Okay, Isaiah 45 verse 13.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 13.
Read.
I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways.
And I will do what now?
And I will direct all his ways.
Go back, hold that. Go back to Daniel 7 and 5. Let's read that again. So for those that don't know, okay? Read that in Daniel, man.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 5. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear,
A second like to a bear. Come on.
and it raised up itself on one side,
Read.
and it had 3 ribs.
It says it raised up itself on one side. Remember, the other side was Media. This side is Persia. Read.
And it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it.
Come on.
And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much
It
flesh.
says, arise, devour much flesh. Now let's see who are the 3 ribs in the mouth of this bear. Now go back to Isaiah 45, verse 13.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 13.
Come on.
I have raised him up in righteousness. I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city,
He shall build my city. Which city? The city of Jerusalem. Come on.
and he shall let go my captives.
We're going to touch on that this day. Come on.
Not for price nor reward, saith the Lord of hosts.
Read.
Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt,
The labor of Egypt. That's one of the ribs in the bear's mouth. Egypt. So the Lord gave Cyrus Egypt. He conquered it. Read.
and the merchandise of Ethiopia.
And he also gave Cyrus Ethiopia. So they took over Ethiopia as well. That's why when you see today, the people of Ethiopia, you can confuse them to be East Indians. You understand? Because they were taken over by who? The Persians. You understand? So today when you look at the people in Egypt, it's no longer the ancient people of Egypt anymore that look like us. They are not us, but they look like us. Meaning black people, the pharaohs, the Hamites. You understand? The Hamites are no longer in Egypt today. They are living on. They are in Rwanda. They call themselves, they are Tutsis and stuff like that. Yes. So today in Egypt, who's over there? The Arabs are over there. Mingled with who? You see how the Arabs look? Some of them you can confuse them for what? For Persians. They look East Indian. You understand? Some of them. We are reading about it here. Come on.
And of the Sabians,
And of the Sabians,
men of stature,
men of stature.
shall come over unto thee.
So the Sabians going into Somalia, by the way. The Sabians is Somalia. Read.
And they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains.
They shall what now?
They shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee,
Meaning
saying,
they're going to submit. Read.
saying, Surely God is in thee, and there is none else. There is no God.
There is no God but the God of Israel. You understand? So the people understood back then because they knew it wasn't because of Krishna. It was because of the Most High God of heaven and earth. You understand? So now, give me Revelation 13 and 1. Yeah, let's go there. Revelation chapter 13 and 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1.
Read.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea,
Read.
having 7 heads and 10 horns,
Come on.
and upon his horns 10 crowns,
Read.
and upon his heads the name of
The
blasphemy.
name of blasphemy. So this is John the Revelator on the island of Patmos. So the Lord is showing him many visions, man, of what's going to happen in the last days. You understand? Read that again, verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
Stop right there. He said he saw a beast rise up out of the sea. This is the same thing that we read in the book of Daniel, man. You understand? It says this beast rose up out of the sea. The sea, give me that in Isaiah 17 verse 12, so we know what the sea is making reference to. He's not talking about the Atlantic Ocean nor the Indian Ocean. Isaiah chapter 17, read verse 12.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 17, verse 12.
Read.
Woe to the multitude of many people,
Woe to the multitude of many people, come on,
which make a noise like the noise of the seas.
like would make the noise like the noise of the seas. This what we're reading here is called a similitude. Okay, come on.
And to the rushing of nations that make a rushing like the rushing of mighty
Like
waters.
the rushing of mighty waters. So the beast and the sea is not talking about the Indian Ocean. It's talking about nations on earth. There'll be a nation an empire or a kingdom that will rise up out of the nations on earth. That's what he's talking about. Give me that in Ecclesiastes 3 verse 18. or a beast is not talking about an actual animal, although they behave like so, but it's not talking about an actual animal. It's a metaphor. You understand? Ecclesiastes 3 verse 18.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 18.
Read.
I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
You see that? The estate of the sons of men. Men. Come on.
That God might manifest them,
The Lord will manifest the men on earth.
and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
Are what?
Are beasts.
That's what he's talking about. So the beast is not necessarily talking about like an actual dragon and Leviathan. He's not talking about Leviathan. No. He's talking about nations on earth that will rise up. And guess what? When he says beasts, I'm going to show you something. You see when he says beast, when we read in Daniel, read Daniel 7 and 5 and give an example. Daniel 7 verse 5, or we can even read Daniel 7 verse 4. I'll give an example like this so you can see it. Watch out this thing. Read it, come on. Daniel 7. I'm going to give you an example with this. Read Daniel 7 verse 4. Come
The
on,
book
man.
of Daniel, chapter 7, verses 4.
Listen good to this.
The first was like a lion.
Stop. The first was like a what?
The first was like a lion.
That's a beast. That right there, that's a beast. A lion is a beast. You understand? So when he says 4 great beasts, he's giving you the actual symbols. He says a lion. A lion is a beast. You understand? Now jump down to verse 5.
Verses 5. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear.
That's a beast. You see that thing? Oh, praise to the Most High. Now go back. Where were we in? Read it. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 18.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 18.
Come on.
I said in mine heart concerning the estates of the sons of men,
Read.
that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
Now go back to Revelation 13 verse 1. Once again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1.
Read.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea,
He says he stood upon the sand of the sea. Come on.
and saw a beast rise up out of the sea,
Meaning an empire that rose up from the nations on earth. Read.
having 7 heads and 10 horns.
So this empire will have 7 heads and 10 horns. So it's letting you know, it didn't say beasts, it says beast. Meaning one beast that has multiple rulerships, that has multiple empires. It didn't say beasts, it says beast, singular. Meaning out of this beast, you'll have different kings that will be ruling in this race or empire. You understand that? Having how many heads?
having 7 heads and 10 horns.
The 7 heads of this beast is talk about the 7 rulership of this race. Now read Revelation 12 verse 3.
The book of
We
Revelation.
will return to Revelation 13 verse 1. I'm going to show you that in the chapter before, John the Revelator is calling this beast, he's calling it by a different name. But it's all making reference to the same. Come on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven.
Read.
And behold, a great red dragon.
A great red dragon. So he's calling it a dragon here. Not only that, but he's giving you the color of the dragon. Meaning what? He's giving you the race of this. This dragon is not talking about he's not talking about Leviathan. No. He's talking about a race of people who their complexion is red. We already established that it's not talking about an actual beast. The beast is a symbol, is a similitude. You understand? We just went over this. Okay? Read.
Behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
Now go to Genesis 25. Let's get the explanation of this similitude now even more. We already gone to Ecclesiastes 3 verse 18 already. Now we want to establish that we have already established that this beast or dragon has a color. So let's see who is talking about. Okay? Read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 25.
Read.
And the first came out red.
The first boy came out red. This is when our foremother Rebecca was pregnant with twins. Now she's giving birth to these twins. You understand? It says the first boy came out red looking in color. His complexion, he was red. Red.
All over like an hairy garment.
He was red and he was hairy. Come on.
And they called his name Esau.
They even gave him a name, Esau. Okay, come on.
And after that came his brother out,
Mm.
and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
We read this in 2 Ezra 6, verse 7 through 9. When Jacob and Esau were born, Jacob was holding the heel of his brother Esau. Read.
And his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called Jacob. You're looking at one right now. Jacob, the son of. Come on.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Now jump down to verse 30.
The book of Genesis chapter 25 verse 30.
Mhm.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red
He
pottage.
says, feed me, I pray you, with the same red pottage that look like me. Because he's red. And even Esau knows what he looks like. Today, Esau decided to push a lie on this earth that Yana is white. He's not white, he's red. But you know what's crazy? Esau knew back then what he looked like. That's crazy, right? He knew here that no, he's red. He's a red man. You understand? Even in the US, there's a place, I think it's in Texas, they call themselves rednecks. They know who they are. The thing is, throughout the earth, they've established themselves as white people. But their forefather already, he knew what he looked like. Read again verse 30. Their forefather Esau knew what he looked like. His children decided to be demonic and say, we're going to change our names. We're going to change what we look like. Read.
The book of Genesis chapter 25 verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Therefore was his name called Edom. Put it up. Edom in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Let's get that real quick. You understand? Therefore was his name called Edom. So now Esau is one of his names when he was given at birth. And then later on his name was changed from Esau to Edom. You understand? So now we've already, there's Esau, there's Edom. In Revelation is called a dragon. That's the beast that that's one of the beasts that identify this race, the dragon. You understand? Yes. Do we have it? Put it up, man. Come on. Listen, the stuff I want to go over, we might not cover them. So come on, move quickly, man. Okay, while they are still figuring out what to do, let's continue. Now give me the book, go back to Revelation. Revelation chapter 13, verse 1 now. Now we have already established the color of this beast or this dragon is red. And we know who it represents. It represents Esau, Edom, Idumea, the so-called white man. Come on.
The book of Revelation chapter 13 verse 1.
When you get it, let me know. Actually, give me the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary that goes over Idumea. Give me Isaiah 34. Isaiah 34. The book of Isaiah chapter 34. This is when the children of the wicked will get their just reward. Isaiah 34 verse 5.
The book of Isaiah 34 verse 5.
Come on.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
In the kingdom that's ruling right now, the Lord says his sword will be bathed in heaven. Read.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Because Idumea will be ruling in these last days. They'll be the ruling empire in these last days. Idumea. Come on.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
You see that thing? So the Lord says he's going to judge Idumea. You see that? Now, did you get it? Okay. So, okay, all praise to the Most High. Now read the definition of Idumea. So we know who Idumea is. Read it.
Reading from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
Uh-huh. What page you in? Brothers and sisters, bear with us. They're still trying to figure some things out. Okay, we got it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do it. Read it.
Reading from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 239.
We're going to read the definition of Idumea. Come on.
Idumea, pertaining to Edom.
You see, Idumea pertains to Edom. Edom, whom we just read about in Genesis 25 verse 30. Pertaining to Edom, read
Greek.
What?
Greek and Roman name
So Idumea is the Greek and Roman name.
for Edom.
That's it. So when you read about Esau, Edom, you talk about the Greeks and Roman. The Greeks, the Romans today, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, Great Britain, America, Europeans, it's all the same race. So the entire Caucasian race in the Bible, they are referred to as Esau, they are referred to as Edom, they are referred to as Idumea. They have many names in the Bible. We just read a few. Go back to Revelation 13, verse 1 again.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 1.
Read.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea,
Come on.
having 7 heads and 10 crowns. And
No, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Read.
And upon his horns 10 crowns. And upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
So now this empire is got 7 heads. These 7 heads represents the 7 empire of Esau, Edom, Idumea, starting with Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain. Do you have the picture? Okay, it's fine. So the 10 horns is talk about the EU, the European Union, the main 10, the first 10 countries to form the EU. Later on, post 1960s, more European countries were added to the EU, but they were the main 10. Started with the 6, then the 4 were added, then they were vetoed, they were put out, then they were added again, and now later on, all the other European nations were added in the EU. You understand? Put up that video, that article on Wikipedia. I just want to touch on that real quick. I'm not going to go over other things, but I want to touch on this quickly. You got it? That Wikipedia link. While it's going over that, read Revelation 13 and 2.
Yes, sir. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 2.
Come on.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
It says, the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. Come on.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Okay, so put up the article now. Is it up? Can the people see it online? Share it with the people online. We got it? Yeah. Zoom in, because I need to see it proper. Can't see it properly. I'll tell you where to begin to read, right? Yeah, read that on the top, the topic and where you're reading from. Come on.
Reading from wikipedia.org.
Uh-huh.
The
So
title.
that small onion clip on the top, you figured it out? How it works now? Okay, come on.
Reading from wikipedia.org.
Read.
The title. Member States of the Council of
No.
Europe.
European Economic Community. What are we reading on? Is that the one I sent you? Wait, when you scroll up a bit, scroll up. I want to see there at the bottom what is written there. Stop. Yes. Yes, read that. That's fine. Yeah, I wanted to touch on something else, but it's okay. Read that.
Reading from wikipedia.org.
Uh-huh.
Member States of the Council of Europe. The Council of Europe was founded on the 5th of May, 1949.
This is after World War II, which happened in 1945. Come on.
By 10 Western and Northern European states.
By what now?
By 10 Western and Northern European states.
By what?
By 10 Western and Northern European states.
That's the 10 horns. That is the main 10. Later on, others joined. Keep going.
With Greece joining 3 months later, and Iceland, Turkey, and West Germany joining the next year. It now has 46 member states, with Montenegro being the latest to join.
You see? So, but early on, It wasn't all these other ones that joined after. You understand that? So there's another one though. I wanted to go over they started with the 6, then the 4. Then everyone else started, join. Greece also joined after the 4, joined after the 6, the first 6. The first 6 include France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Belgium. Then later on you had Denmark, Ireland, UK, and Norway. And then after that, Greece joined after. You understand? Yes. So now, you can read the article on your own. You can paste it on the group. The people can go over that. Now, I'm pressed for time. So read that again. Revelation 13, verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea.
Read.
And saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
Come on.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Stop. The 7 heads is the 7 empires of this beast, this red beast. Starting with the Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain. By the way, Russia is a part of the 7 heads of this great red dragon. The 10 horns is talk about the EU. The first 10 European nations to form the EU. You understand? Which is France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Germany, and then later on, Denmark, Ireland, UK, Norway, and then Greece entered later, and then the rest of the European. Today, there are like 46 member states. You understand? But the main 10, we just went over them. Keep going.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
Come on.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Read.
And upon his horns 10 crowns.
The 10 crowns is talk about the 10 European nations that will be referred to in financial speak called the main 10. Read.
And upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
The name of blasphemy, because they'll be pushing lies upon this earth. When you read the book of the Maccabees, it says when Greece took over, evils multiplied on the earth. Read.
And the beast which I saw.
Now he's going to say, he's going to go over what makes up the power of this beast. Go ahead.
Was like unto a leopard.
We went over in the class, the bear in the eagle's shadow. It says the beast which I saw was like unto a what?
Was like unto a leopard.
That goes into the Greeks. Alexander the so-called Great was the first king of the Greeks. Read. So the Greeks is a part of this dragon. Okay, come on.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
So now he says his feet as the feet of a bear. When we read in Daniel 7 and 5, the bear represented Persia. So now you have to ask yourself, which nation on this earth today is represented by the symbol of a bear? And because it's not the Persians and the Medes in these last days, remember it says this beast is red. So this is the kingdom of the white man. Esau, Edom, Idomia. So which kingdom of Esau is represented by a bear? Put up the article. Which empire of Esau is represented by a bear? Yeah, put up the article, man. I want to touch on these things. What's the time now? Okay. It's almost 4. Okay, come on. You got it? Bear with us, brothers and sisters. I got to go over this. I have to go over this thing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, zoom in. Zoom that thing in. I want the people to see this thing, man. Yeah. Yeah, read that.
Reading from wikipedia.org. Russian bear.
Russian what now?
Russian bear.
It's even in the name. Russian bear. Russian bear. So which nation of the which kingdom of the white man is represented by a bear in these last days? Russia. Russia is a part of this beast. You understand? Russia is a part of this beast. Now keep reading.
The Russian bear is a widespread symbol, generally of Eurasian brown bear, for Russia.
For what?
For Russia.
For what?
For Russia.
For Russia. Come on.
Used in cartoons, articles, and dramatic plays since as early as the 16th century.
That's the 1500s. Come on.
And
remember, this is shortly after the Renaissance. The Renaissance was 1453. So that's when the white man came back into power in the earth. That's why it says as early as the 16th century. Because remember, it was Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia. So it's later on in the Renaissance. Come on.
as early as the 16th century, and relating alike to the Russian Empire,
And whoa, and what now?
and relating alike to the
And relating alike to the what now?
to the Russian Empire.
To the Russian Empire. So the bear represents the Russian Empire. Okay, come on.
The Russian provincial government and Russian Republic, the Soviet Union, and present-day Russian Federation.
You see that thing? So the kingdom of the white man that will be represented by the bear is Russia, which is sitting in the share of the eagle, because the original symbol of Russia is the eagle. But they took on the symbol of a bear, so the Lord said, I'm going to help you to identify them in these last days. They even have a beverage, Russian bear, vodka, Nostro bear. You understand? Now keep going. Come on.
The uses of the bear are mixed. It was often used by Westerners in British caricatures and later also used in the United States.
Read.
Often not in a positive context. On occasion, it was used to imply that Russia is big, brutal, and clumsy. However, Russians have also used it to represent their country.
You see that? Russians have what now?
However,
Meaning, when it says Russians, meaning white people in Russia, let me translate it for you. It means white people in Russia, come on.
have also used it to represent their country.
That's it. So go back to Revelation 13, read verse 2 again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 2.
Read.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet was the feet of a bear.
And his feet as the feet of a bear. So Russia is a part of this dragon. Come on.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. We know the symbol of a lion in Daniel 7 was taken over by the empire of Nebuchadnezzar, which is Babylon. But in these last days, the symbol that represents a white man's empire that is represented by a lion is Great Britain. You understand? We're not going to touch on that today. We touched on it last week already. Go ahead.
And the dragon.
And the what?
And the dragon gave him his power.
And the dragon gave this red dragon his power. Come on.
And his seat.
And his seat.
And great authority.
Let's see who's the dragon that gave this red dragon the power he got. You understand? Give me that in Luke 4 verse 6. Pull up that clip here, the Transformers. Pull up the clip here, the Transformers, man. I'm going to show you when this great red dragon was given the power by the dragon. And to have the power and seat and great authority that he has on this earth. Come on, find it for me. But in the meantime,
the book of Luke, chapter 4, verses 4.
4 verse 6.
Excuse me, sir. The book of Luke, chapter 4, verses 6. And the devil.
And the what?
And the devil.
And the what?
And the devil.
And the what?
And the devil.
I want this thing to hit you in your brain. Deep in your membrane, man. Read it again. And the what now?
The book of Luke, chapter 4, verses 6.
Read.
And the devil.
And the devil
said
and
unto
the devil, come on.
And the devil said unto him,
Read.
all this power.
All this what?
All this power.
All this power, come on.
Will I give thee.
It says, all this power will I give you. I'm going to give you this power, man. Come on.
And the glory of them.
And the riches of them. Come on.
For that is delivered unto me.
Because that is delivered unto me. Come on.
And to whomsoever I will give it.
And to whomsoever I will, I give it. Come on.
If thou therefore wilt worship me.
If thou wilt therefore would worship me, come on.
All shall be thine.
You see what he's saying? So Satan is talking to Christ. He said, listen, if you worship me, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you power. I'm going to give you riches. That's why I said that even in hip hop, they like to say money, power, and respect. There's a verse in some of his hip hop lyrics that say money, power, and respect. Yes, you see, because Satan is the one that does that. Money, power, and respect, and they use it not in a good way. And that's what's happening right now in the world we're living in, this kingdom of sin. Okay. Read that part again. If thou will what? Verse 7.
The book of Luke chapter 4 verse 10.
Come on.
Verse 7. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine.
All shall be thine. Come on.
And Jesus answered and said unto him,
Read.
Get thee behind me,
It
Satan.
says, get thee behind me, Satan. Come on.
For it is written,
Because it's written, man. Come on.
Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
And what now?
And him only shalt thou serve.
Is letting you know who does Satan serve. The Most High God of heaven and earth. Because Satan is up there with the Lord. Make no mistake. And he goes up and down in the earth. We are reading the book of Job now, right? It's making sense. Brothers and sisters, we're in the book of Job. So you understand what we're going over. Okay? Now, watch this. Now, did you have it? Played. Now, I'm going to show you here how this white man got the power he got, the authority he got, and the great seed he got, and the riches he got. This is where he gets it from. Now read that. Now play it. The people can hear the sound. Can't hear nothing.
It was found
No, rewind,
long
rewind.
ago inside a crashed alien.
Lies. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, really. What, like they just think what we really just dumb as a don't know. Volume up.
Magic does exist
Meaning
It was
witchcraft
found
does exist.
long
No,
ago
go back. Man.
inside a
Go back.
crashed alien
Pause it.
ship.
Yeah, play it again. Brothers and sisters, I'm showing you how this white man got the power he got. They put it in their movies. Come on, man. Pause. Is the people seeing this online? But they are seeing it online, right? Okay, all praises. That's all that matters. Now go back. Wait. The people can hear me when I speak online as well? Okay, let's make sure that happens, because I've seen in other classes I want to speak while this thing is episode, the people can understand. I'm not audible. Am I audible online? Praise the Lord. Come on. Yeah, this is not our video, brothers and sisters, as you know.
Magic does exist. It was found long ago inside a crashed alien ship.
Pause. Now, take my volume down a bit. Now, think about this. This man is saying it was found inside a crashed alien ship. And as they are showing you all this, they are showing you the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. You can't make this up, man. Because they want you to focus on what he's saying, not what you're looking at. You understand that? Isaiah 2 verse 19. Real quick. You understand? Because look at where this is. This is in the Caucasus Mountains, man. Read it.
The book of Isaiah chapter 2 verse 19.
Come on.
And they shall go into the holes of the rocks.
They shall go into the holes of the rocks. Take it down a bit. Some more. Come on.
And into the caves of the earth.
And into the caves of the... just up a bit. Okay, into the caves of the earth. Come on.
For the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth.
Oh, praises. So now, what we're reading here in Isaiah, the Lord is using Isaiah, the prophet, to show us that there's going to be a time where they're going to be pushed to these mountains, which is the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. You understand? So they like dwelling in caves and in the cliffs of the rock, in the clefts of the rocks. This is the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. But you hear what this man is telling you? He says, magic does exist. It was found inside a crashed alien ship. Where? Here in the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. There was no crashed alien ship. This is what happened. Now play it. Keep going.
Hello?
Up a bit.
Hello! It is I, conjurer of spirits, master of the dark arts. Is anyone there? It is I, Merlin,
Meaning Esau.
The wizard?
The witch?
Remember me? No, I kept your secret. I did, just as I promised. I told no one of your existence, no one. But you have to understand, we Britons are in a desperate fight. End of time sort of thing. I mean it. It's happening down there now. It's awful. Big personalities just sort of clashing and bloody. I hate to ask, but we need your help.
There are no spells. There is no magic. We retreat. Live to fight another day.
No! Without sacrifice, there can be no victory.
This is madness.
He will be here.
All right, I am what they say. I'm a liar. I'm a charlatan. I've deceived my whole life. But if I could, for one moment, change this world for the better, I would give up everything. Everything. I'd give up drink, money, women. Drink and money. Look, good men will die without your help. Women, children. I know your world was destroyed. I'm sorry. But please don't let ours die too. I beg of you.
Guardian Knights transform. Dragon is yours to command.
Pause.
Yes, that would be just the thing.
Pause it. Now take it down a bit. The volume. So you see what just happened? That right there, that's how the white man got the power he got. So you see, in Luke 4, Christ didn't take that deal. But guess who did? The white man did it. The white man did that thing. He took the deal. You know how we know? We just read it. Read Luke 4, verse 6 and 7 together. I'm going to show you that. Because you know what? The white man thinks is clever. You see this transformer is giving him the stuff. You see what color it is? It's red. So he made the things vice versa. The red dragon is him. But you see what he made the red dragon? He made the red dragon the spiritual demon Satan. So confuse us. No. You might as well bear with him. That's what we do. We bear with him in the scriptures, man. Yes. Where does it go? Read it. Luke 4 and 6.
The book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 6.
Come on.
And the devil said unto him,
And
the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee.
He says, all this power will I give thee. Give. All this power will I give thee. Okay, come on.
And the glory of them.
And the riches of them. Read.
For that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I give it.
Exactly. If what is the stipulation?
If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine.
That's it. Now go back to Revelation 13. Okay. Read verse 2 again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 2.
Come on.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. Come on.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Read.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Watch this.
And the dragon.
And the what?
And the dragon.
This is the spiritual demon Satan. This is Satan now. The same Satan that was speaking to Christ in Luke chapter 4. Now we're seeing who actually took the deal. John is revealing to us who took the deal instead. Read.
And the dragon gave him his power.
That's why it says, all this power will I give thee. It says, and the dragon gave him his power. Come on.
And his seat.
And his seat.
And great authority.
And great authority. So the white man, that means the beast. He's not talking about America here only. He's talking about, he says, the great red dragon. That means everybody that forms the seven head, that forms this dragon, all of them, they've taken power from Satan. That including Russia. You see, Russia has great seat and great authority on this earth. Where did they get the power from? Satan, the devil. And that's what you are seeing here on this video in the Transformers. You understand? No, now give me. Let me see what I want now. Yes, we read the Russian bear. Now give me the Russian slave trade. Pull up that article now. when we were slaves in Russia. Because some people don't believe. That's why we're going over the class today. Beware of Russia. Russia is a part of this dragon, man. Understand that. Russia is not your friend. They act like friends, but they are not your friends. You understand? Because the Lord is telling you, is letting you know that Russia is a part of this dragon. Okay? But they present themselves like friends. They present themselves the same way the Persians presented themselves to us. Now I'm going to give you an example. Before you read that, now give me the book of Ezra. Give me Ezra 1. Give me Ezra chapter 1 verse 1. Ezra 1 and 1. I wanted to touch on this. Today I'm going to touch on it. Ezra chapter 1 and 1. Read that.
The book of Ezra, chapter 1, verse 1. Now, in the first year of Cyrus,
This is Cyrus, who was set up by the Most High. Read.
king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying,
Read.
Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
Okay, come on.
Who is there among you of all his people? His God be with him.
Now you see, Ore, it wasn't his out of his own accord to do this. The Most High God moved his spirit to do it. Read.
Who is there among you of all his people?
Uh-huh.
His God be with him.
His God be with him, meaning the Most High God of heaven and earth be with us. Emmanuel. Come on.
And let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah,
Read.
and build the house of the Lord God of Israel. He is the God which is in Jerusalem.
Oh, praises. Come on.
And whosoever remaineth in any place where he sojourneth, let the man of his place help him with silver and with gold and with good and with goods and with peace, beside the freewill offering for the house of God that is in Jerusalem.
Come on.
Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Judah and Benjamin.
You see, he's letting you know that's the third part of the stars. We're reading about them now. Yeah. Go ahead.
Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Judah and Benjamin,
Go ahead.
and the priests and the Levites,
Read.
with all them whose spirit God had raised,
Give it Toby, Diva. This is them. Read on.
to go up to build the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem.
Read.
And all they that were about them strengthened their hands with vessels of silver, with gold, with goods, and with peace, and with precious things,
Read.
beside all that was willingly offered.
Come on.
Also Cyrus the king brought forth the vessels of the house of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had brought forth out of Jerusalem, and had put them in the house of his gods.
Read.
Even those did Cyrus king of Persia bring forth by the hand of Mithredath the treasurer, and numbered them unto Sheshbazzar the prince of Judah.
So now, you see what Cyrus is doing? When you read this, it's like, this Persian king is good to us. But it was the Lord that made him to do this. He was not going to do this. So now, I want you to now think about how Russia deals with us. How Russia deals with African countries. They present themselves like the bear. But actually, this is a dragon. Russia is a part of this dragon. Russia is the dragon as well. So, but the way they present themselves to us, African countries, quote unquote African. We Israelites, pal. We're not Africans. We Israelites. So, because Putin is not stupid, man. He read the history and he knows the history. Because you know that video that we saw of WION, that news media, when they were playing a video of Russia, of what Putin was doing to go to war with Ukraine, when he was saying, no, he's going into the temple, into the cathedrals, and he opening those temples that they had, and you had the picture of Christ in there, he was black. When you go into the Moscow cathedrals, you've got the picture of the apostles there, they are black. Hello? He knows who we are. So now he's positioning himself the same way the Persians position themselves to us. But this is really a dragon. You understand that? Now give me the book of Esther 10 verse 1 and 10. Esther 10. Esther 10 and 1. Yeah, Esther chapter 10 verse 1. In the Bible. Yeah, read it.
The book of Esther chapter 10 verse 1.
Come on.
And the king Ahasuerus laid tribute upon the land and upon the isles of the sea.
Read.
And all the acts of his power and of his might, and the declaration of the greatness of Mordecai, whereunto the king advanced him, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Media and Persia? For
Come on.
Mordecai,
This is when the Ahasuerus set Mordecai up. And not only that, but our people who were in Persia during this time. Read.
and Mordecai the Jew was sitting next unto the king Ahasuerus, and the great among the Jews, and accepted of the multitude of his brethren, seeking the wealth of his people.
That's it. Isn't that what these African countries are doing? They are seeking the wealth of their country, and guess who's there to assist? Russia. Russia said, no, don't worry. You've got gold, you've got coltan in your country. We are going to help you, of course, because we want the gold and the minerals to benefit your country. Isn't that what we're reading here? It's the same thing we're reading. Come on.
Seeking the wealth of his people and speaking peace to all his seed.
That's it. Now give me the book of Esther 16 and 1.
The book of Esther, chapter 16, verse 1. The great king Artaxerxes unto the princes and governors of 107 and 20 provinces, from India unto Ethiopia, and unto all our faithful subjects, greeting.
Now jump down to verse 10.
Verses 10.
Read.
For Ammon, a Macedonian.
This is Haman now. This is Amalek. This is Benjamin Netanyahu here. You understand? Read.
The son of
This is his forefathers right here. Haman. Read.
the son of Amatatha,
The son of Amadatha.
the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood, and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us,
Meaning they received him in their kingdom. Come on.
had so far forth obtained the favor that we showed toward every nation, as that he was called our father,
He was called their father even. That's how far they went. Read.
and was continually honored of all men, as the next person unto the king.
Go ahead.
But he, not bearing his great dignity, went about to deprive us of our kingdom and life,
Come on.
having by manifold and cunning deceits sought of us the destruction, as well of Mordecai, who saved our life, and continually procured our good, as also of blameless Esther, partaker of our kingdom with their whole nation.
With their whole nation. Come on.
For by these means he thought, finding us destitute of friends, to have translated the kingdom of the Persians to the Macedonians.
Because that was the whole point. He wanted to do that. He wanted Persia to submit to Greece. That was his whole point. But he presented himself as something good. So now this is Persia presenting themselves as something good to us, to our forefather Mordecai and the people of Mordecai. You understand that? Now jump down to keep reading, verse 15.
The book of Esther, chapter 16, verse 15.
Read.
But we find that the Jews, whom this wicked wretch had delivered to utter destruction, are no evildoers, but live by most just laws.
So what we read last week was that Putin was like, no, right now we don't want to change. We don't want to have any influence whatsoever on the politics in your country. We don't want to tell you what to do, but we're going to help you with military equipment, with soldiers. Now even bodyguards of the Russian trained soldiers are bodyguards to presidents of African countries now. We're going to read about it. Lord's will, we get to that. Come on.
Are no evildoers, but live by most just laws.
Read.
And that they be children of the Most High and most mighty living God, who hath ordered the kingdom both unto us and to our progenitors in the most excellent manner.
Now read verse 19.
The book of Esther, chapter 16, verse 19.
Read.
Therefore, ye shall publish the copy of this letter in all places, that the Jews may live freely after their own laws.
In their kingdom. They may live, meaning we may live freely in their kingdom and observe our customs and laws. You understand? That's the system. Okay, come on.
And ye shall aid them, that even the same day, being the 13th day of the 12th month Adar, that may be avenged.
Go ahead.
They may be avenged on them who in the time of their affliction shall set upon them.
Read.
For Almighty God hath turned to joy unto them the day wherein the chosen people should have perished.
You see that thing? Come on.
Ye shall therefore among your solemn feasts keep it and high day with all feasting.
So now they are allowing us to even observe our feast and high holidays in their kingdom, man. You understand? Read.
That both now and hereafter there may be safety to us and the well-affected Persians, but to those which do conspire against us a memorial of destruction.
Exactly, because those that conspired against them was Haman. So he's saying, no. They are good. They are fine. So in Persia, we were allowed to do what we wanted in terms of us keeping the laws of God in their kingdom. You understand? So now when Russia interacts with African countries, you know what they're saying? They say, no. We don't want to influence your politics. We don't want to influence your laws, your religion, whatever your religious practices are. All we just want to be a friend. For free. For nothing, man. For zero. No such thing. Now, give me Esther 6 verse 1. Esther chapter 6 and verse 1. Listen good to this.
The book of Esther chapter 6 verse 1.
Read.
On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of the records of the chronicles, and they were read before the king. And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hands on the king Ahasuerus.
Exactly. They wanted to assassinate him at the command of Haman. Read.
And the king said, what honor and dignity hath been done to Mordecai for this? Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, there is nothing done for him.
So now it's like, what was done for Mordecai for this good deed that he did for the king? You understand? Jump down to verse 6.
The book of Esther chapter 6 verse 6. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to honor more than to himself?
Because he thought the king was talking about himself. So he's like, listen, I'm going to present the best offers, but listen, I'm going to present the best case because in his mind, this is for him. Read.
To whom would the king delight to honor more than to myself? Then Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delighted to honor, let the royal apparel be brought which the king uses to wear.
Go ahead.
And the horse that the king rideth upon.
Even the horse. Who that nigga on that neck? You understand? Go ahead.
And the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head. And let his apparel and the horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble princes, that they may array the man withal whom the king delighteth.
Oh, praises. Go ahead.
That they may array the man withal whom the king delighteth to honor, and bring him on horseback through the streets of the city. And
meaning they were parading our forefather, meaning this man, this is how he must enter into Persia and be paraded on horseback, wearing the king's glorious garment, wearing his crown also. Go ahead.
And proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delighted to honor. Then the king said to Haman, make haste, and take the apparel and the horse, as thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew.
Oh, praises to the Most High. Go ahead.
That sitteth at the king's gate, let nothing fail of all that thou hast spoken.
Meaning everything that you've spoken, man, I want it accomplished, even for Mordecai. Now I want you to look at this thing spiritually, man. Do you see when Ramaphosa, find the clip when Ramaphosa entered into the US, how he was received, how President Ramaphosa is received in the US. Now look at how Captain Ibrahim Traoré gets received in Russia. You should see the difference, man. It's not the same. It's very different, man. You understand? Because what we're reading, Russia is learning he's got the attributes of Persia. But this is really a dragon. You understand? While he's looking for that, Give me Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Sirach 12 and 10. Listen good to this. Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verses 10.
Read.
Never trust thine enemy.
You see that thing right there? The Lord says, never trust your enemy. Because guess what? Russia is our enemy. Russia is not a friend. Russia is an enemy to us. I need you men and women to understand this. Black leaders that are watching this, listen to what God is saying, man. Russia is a part of the beast that we're reading about in Revelation. So they are not a friend. Okay, come on.
Never trust thine enemy.
The Lord says, never trust your enemy. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Exactly. You don't see the wickedness right now because the iron has not rusted yet. Read.
Though he humbled himself.
Because they humble themselves. You see the way they treat African countries and presidents that are appointed here on the continent? It's like, Russia is treating us like royalty. Even Msholozi during his tenure, that's where he was. He went over there. So if he didn't deal with Russia, he was dealing with China. China is part of Asia, who is the partaker of the hope of Babylon and the glory of her lovers. They love everything that Babylon does. You don't mean nothing. Russia is a part of Asia too. Come on.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed.
It says, yet take good heed of him. Come on.
And beware of him.
And beware of him. Come on.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
You see, when you wipe a looking glass, you see properly. And this is the looking glass. You see what we're doing right now? We're using the looking glass to really see who Russia actually is to us. Who is Russia and who is Russia to us, so-called Africans? We are Israelites, you understand? But that's what they call us, to hide our identity even to us. Go ahead.
And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Exactly. So the Lord is letting us know, listen, man, don't be fooled by Russia, because Russia is a part of this dragon. So we're using the looking glass. You're not going to see Russia, that Russia is an enemy, because they are not using the looking glass. They are using a manifesto. Manifesto is not going to teach you who Russia really is, but this looking glass right here will teach you who Russia is. Go ahead.
Set him not by thee.
You see, the Lord says, don't set him by you, man. Go ahead.
Lest when he hath overthrown thee.
Because that's the whole point. He wants to overthrow you. Read.
He stand up in thy place.
He's going to stand in your place.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Don't let him sit at your right hand, man. Come on.
Lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words.
The Lord says, remember my words. Read.
And be pricked therewith.
And be pricked therewith. Jump down to verse 14. No, verse 16.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 16.
Come on.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
That's it. That's how Russia speaks to African countries, man, and African presidents. He says an enemy does what?
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Read.
But in his heart.
But in his heart.
He imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
That's exactly what Russia is doing. Russia is playing the good cop. America is playing the bad cop. Russia is playing the good cop. But this is the children of the same father, of the same race. Read.
He will weep with his eyes, but
he says he will weep with his eyes, meaning is America troubling you? America is giving you problems. Remember during the time of the Greeks, remember there was a time when our forefather Judah Maccabee made a treaty with Rome because Greece was giving us problems. What happened over time? Because they turned against us. In 70 AD, what happened? Exactly. We made even with the Greeks, our forefathers, they made treaties with the Greeks. Guess what? They changed up on us. You understand? When Rome came into power, they went and spoke to Rome because Rome was giving us problems. So they went to, Greece was giving us a problem. They spoke to Rome. They had a treaty. So no, don't deal evil with Judah Maccabee and his brethren and his nation. Later on, what happened? When Rome became an empire instead of a republic, what happened to us? Because there was a siege. Go ahead.
But if he he find opportunity,
But when he find opportunity,
he will not be satisfied with blood.
that's it. They're not going to be said. The Lord is, listen, believe the Bible. Read.
If adversity come upon thee,
Is adversity not coming? Is not adversity sitting upon us on this continent? When America is setting up coups, creating militias, arming them, giving them guns and whatnot to cause civil wars in the countries. Yes, that's an adversity as an example. Go ahead.
if adversity come upon thee,
Read.
thou shalt find him there first.
You're going to find him there first. They're like, no, don't worry. We got you. We don't want to dictate to you what you must do. That's how Persia was moving, was with us. Read.
And though he pretend to help thee,
That's it. Though he what now?
and though he pretend to help
Because
thee,
it's in pretense. It's not real. It's in pretense. Read.
yet shall he undermine thee.
He's going to undermine you. Come on.
He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much.
With his own brethren. Because right now, you see Russia fighting with, because you saw there was even a news article, not an article, but it was news on the YouTube when they were saying, is Putin starting fighting with Donald Trump? Is Trump fighting with Putin now? Because remember, during the time of Biden didn't want anything to do with Russia. But during the time of Trump, when he was 2016, when he was the president, he was friends with Russia. He actually went to speak with Putin. They were like, no. When Joe Biden took over again, they're like, no, we don't want that thing to happen again. Now, when he came into power, what happened? They started to, they are now on speak. America is on speaking terms with Russia now. Because these are children of the same people. Read.
Yet shall he undermine thee.
Exactly. Okay, it says, and change his countenance. Now, play that video. Share it with the people. This is how Ramaphosa is received in America, right? Watch this. You see, what is he walking on? He's walking on pavement. There's no red carpet. There's no nothing. Play the video, man. There's no sound. Come on. Time is not on our side, man. Is it going? Is it there? At the beginning. No. Pause. There's another one, man. It says, President, pause it. President Ramaphosa lands in the US. You see him being received. In the meantime, play the one of Captain Ibrahim Traore when he was received in Russia. Yeah, play that one. I'm going to show you how he was received in Russia, man. It's very different. It's the way our forefather Mordecai was parading through the streets of Persia on a horse. You understand? In royal apparel, wearing a crown of kings. You understand? But the Lord is letting you know, he says, beware of him. We got it? Okay, so in the meantime, give me Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Read verse 45. read verse 48. Actually, read verse 32. Deuteronomy 28, verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Come on.
Thy sons and thy
It
daughters
says, your sons and your daughters, come on.
shall be given unto another people.
Now, this is part of God's. No. Okay. Now read that again. Verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Come on.
Thy sons and thy
It
daughters
says, thy sons and thy daughters. This is part of God's judgments upon us, that we would go into slavery. Read.
shall be given unto another people.
It says, your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people. Come on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Read.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
So our sons and our daughters will be given to another race of people to become slaves. And we will not have no power to get our sons and our daughters back. Read verse 41.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 41.
Come on.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them.
Read.
For they shall go into captivity.
Our sons and our daughters will go into slavery. The slave masters will separate children from their parents. The slave master will separate wives from their husbands, and so on and so forth. So now read verse 64.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64.
Read.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Lord will scatter us among all people, including Russia. Russia is one of the places where we are going to be scattered and become slaves over there. And we're going to be called after our bywords when we get to those lands, i.e. Russia. Read.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods,
And there you shall serve other gods,
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
even wood and stone. That's why now, even here in South Africa, I mean, not far from where we stay, there's a Russian church, Russian Orthodox church. You understand? They're pushing white Jesus up in there. They are not in there teaching that Jesus is a black man. No. They are teaching that Jesus is a white man. Now, you got it. Now, that's the one. Play it. Okay. And this is not in VMAX. So how will the people see it in class? What must you be doing? Play it from YouTube direct. That one year Transformers, they didn't hear nothing. What was the right? Oh, was it the same way we presented it to the people? The which one? But the. Oh, okay. So what did we do different? Oh, so we can't do the same here. Yeah, do it. Okay, brothers and sisters, just bear with us, man. There's a new application, software application. We're trying to figure it out. Okay, you got it. This is the one. But I want the one that shows when he was getting off the aeroplane. Look it up, man. Look it up, brothers. Help him. There's a one that Captain Ibrahim Traore was getting off the plane, and then when he got off the plane, there was a red carpet. I didn't see that when Ramaphosa was over there. There was no such. Okay, Deuteronomy 28, read verse 64 again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64.
Come on.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods,
And when we get to those lands, we're going to serve other gods. Come on.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. So now, when we go to Russia, our people today, they'll be worshiping white Jesus. Although the upper echelons of Russia, they know that Jesus is a black man, Putin, but the people, the masses, they worship white Jesus. They celebrate Christmas in Russia. Why are they celebrating Christmas? What for? You understand? So we're going to serve other gods when we get to those lands. Now, give me verse 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Come on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
We're going to serve our enemies where the Lord is going to deliver us to become slaves. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger
In hunger, we're going to serve our enemies. Read.
and in thirst
And in thirst. For food, we're going to serve our enemies.
and in nakedness
For clothes, God.
and in want of all things.
Anything we lack, whether it's military equipment, whether it's technology, we're going to serve our enemies. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck
They're going to put yokes of iron upon our necks.
until he have destroyed thee.
Okay, while you're still figuring that out, put up that article of, is this Veno News or what? Of the Russian slave trade. Yeah, let's read that. Now that we just went over these precepts over here. Put up that article. We're going to start from the beginning. If we cannot see Bo Ramaphosa and Bo Captain Ibrahim Traore, we love our brother Captain Ibrahim Traore. Don't get it twisted. We love that brother, man. You understand? So we just warning our brothers that, listen, beware of Russia. Okay? That said the Lord. Now, let's read that.
Reading from voanews.com.
voanews.com. Okay, come on.
Russia falsifies its slave and serf holding past.
So slave and serf holding past. So serf meaning serfdom. That's a byword, by the way. Kolopi. That's another byword that they call black people in Russia. Go ahead.
The United Nations celebrates December the 2nd, as the International Day of Abolition of Slavery. On that day, in 1949, the UN General Assembly adopted a convention prohibiting human trafficking and exploitation.
Okay, come on.
This year, the Russian Foreign Ministry marked that day with a Twitter post featuring a propaganda cartoon from the era of the Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin. A blue archival stamp is visible on the cartoon below, a sign that reads, "Colonizers to answer."
Colonizers to answer. Okay, go up. Scroll up. Zoom in a little bit. Ne? Okay, come on. Yeah, read it. On top of the what? There's a part there. Go down a bit. Yeah. Scroll down a little bit. There's a part there. We missed it. Yeah, there. Read that.
On top of the original cartoon, the minister added a fresh
The ministry added.
Excuse me, sir. On top of the original cartoon, the ministry added a fresh new caption reading, International Day of Abolition of Slavery.
International Day for the Abolition of Slavery.
International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. The ministry tagged the official account of the African Union, African representatives at the UN, and African national governments.
Okay, come on.
The tweet said, "Our country was one of the few that never engaged in the slave trade."
Let's go up.
That is false.
That is false. That said the Lord. That say we just read it. It says, "We shall be led captive unto all nations, and there we shall serve other gods." Go ahead.
Kolovstvo, a Russian name for slavery.
You see that? Kolovzo. A Russian name for what?
A Russian name for slavery.
That's a byword. You see that thing right? That's a byword right there. In China, they call us Kunlans. In South Africa, they call us Kafirs. In America, they call us niggers, so on and so forth. Read.
Kolovstvo, a Russian name for slavery, was practiced in the Muscovite state, precursor to the Russian Empire, from the Middle Ages to 1723, when Peter the Great abolished it.
Go ahead.
By the laws of Kolovstvo, as laid out in Russian
Raskaya.
as laid out.
No. Okay, go down because we don't see that. Move my picture out there, man. Or where the picture is, move the article down so we can read. Okay, come on.
By the laws of Kolovstvo, as laid out in Ruskaya
Pravda. Come on.
Ruskaya Pravda, an 11th century compilation of the state's legal norms, a kolop was not the subject but the object of rights. There was no punishment for killing one's own colop.
You see that? There was no punishment for killing a slave. Read.
And only a small monetary fine for killing of someone else's colop.
There was just a small fine. Read.
The three common reasons for becoming a colop were, according to Reskaya Pravda: captivity, followed by trade for goods or money. Being sold into Kolopsvo as a punishment for crime.
You see? Being sold. Remember, it says, there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay, come on.
Or kapal noi Kolopsvo, a bankruptcy or inability to pay taxes or debts. Marrying a kolopt meant becoming one. And children born to unfree parents were kolops. Kolops were used as hard labor force.
You see? Kolops were used as hard labor force. Come on.
Mainly on farms and in the fields.
Oh, wait. Mainly on plantations. You understand? Go ahead.
Mainly on farms and in the fields. On average, a single landlord owned 600 kolops.
Stop. You see this? This is in Russia. You understand? Come on.
Another form of unfreedom.
What does that mean? Unfreedom means you are a slave. You know, they like to be playing with words, man. Semantics and freedom. Come on.
Another form of unfreedom, serfdom, was the legalized ownership of people as a labor force.
No, black people. Come on.
And it existed in the Russian Empire from its formation until 19th century. Serfs were bought and sold.
That's it. Serfs were bought and sold. Come on.
The abolition of serfdom in 1861 freed approximately 10 million people.
10.5 million black people from slavery in Russia. So Russia was involved in the slave trade, man. You understand that? Because thus said the Lord, it says no kingdom is absolved from this. When you read that in First Maccabees 2. Is it First Maccabees 2 verse 10? Yeah, First Maccabees 2 and 10.
First book of Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 10.
Come on.
What nation hath not had a part in a kingdom?
Exactly. What nation hath not had a part in our kingdom? Zero. All the nations had part in our kingdom, man. Go ahead.
And gotten of her spoils?
And gotten of our spoils. Read.
All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she is become a bond slave.
That's it. This is us as a nation, and guess what? Russia is involved in that. Okay? So you can read the rest of the article on your own. Now, did you find the video now? No, but didn't Soldiers Bezalel send it? Come on. Yeah, let's do it. Give me the book of Psalms in the meantime. Psalms 58. Yeah, Psalms 58, start of verse 1. No, start of verse 3. Let's read verse 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
The wicked is talking about one race on this earth. Esau, Edom, Idumea. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spaniards, the French, the Russians, the Portuguese. You understand? The Greeks, I mentioned that again. The Americans, Europeans. That's the wicked on this earth. Right? So in Jehovah's Wickedness Bible, they say no. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked one. When you ask, who's this? They say, no, that's Satan. That's the spiritual demon Satan who was kicked out of heaven. I'm like, no. So they changed that verse. They say, no, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked one. They say, no, that's Satan. We own you. Now, come on. You got it? Keep going.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
The Lord is telling you, says the white man, Yan Esau, Edom, there is entire Caucasian race. God says they are estranged from the womb. Meaning the minute they are born, they pop out of their mother's womb, they go astray. You understand? You cannot change them. That's why you ever notice, we made treaties with them during the time of the Greeks. We made treaties with them during the time of Rome. We made treaties during the time of now in these last days. Ne? We made treaties with them. Let's say Jan van Riebeck's father, we made a treaty. I'm just giving an example. Jan van Riebeck's father, we make a treaty with him. Don't deal evil with black people. Guess what? His son comes. He does the complete opposite. Because the Mosai is always going to hit that reset button to go back to how they were created in the first place. To be the devil. So even the white man can say, no, I'm good now, I'm good now. The Bible says he's not. It doesn't matter. He will look shiny now. Give him time. He will be rusty. His real character will come out. That's what the Lord is saying. Come on.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
They go astray as soon as they are born.
As soon as they be born. Come on, man.
Excuse me, sir. The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verses 3.
Read.
The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born.
Read.
Speaking lies.
Doing what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. So they just speak. It doesn't matter. That small baby that popped out of the mother's womb, they're waiting for the baby to cry. The baby don't cry. They be clapping the baby. As soon as they cry, that baby lying. You understand? That baby is lying. You brothers and sisters that work in the hospital, you see that. That baby be lying, man. Go ahead.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
You see what is the Lord is letting you know? He's the serpent. That's it right there. Their poison is the poison of a serpent. Come on.
They are like the deaf adder that stoopeth her ear.
That's why it doesn't matter how. You know how many times you see in the media where black politicians, they be trying to correct the white man for the evil he does because they don't understand this white man. That the white man is a deaf adder. He don't hear nothing. They're like, but why do you deal evil with us like this? Oh, that's music to his ears. He don't hear nothing, man. He's not going to sympathize with you because the white man has no heart. He has no conscience. He was built that way, man, to be the devil. What do you expect? He's not going to change. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
They are like the deaf adder that stoopeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers.
Cyril Ramaphosa. You see, he left South Africa and flew all the way to America to charm Donald Trump. The Lord is letting you know. You understand? Boy. There's another one. Is it the president of, it's recent, man. Is the president of Kenya? Yeah, because the president of Kenya, he's the one entertaining America and speaking evil of Captain Ibrahim Traore. It's recent. I think it's dropped. Was it yesterday? Yeah, you saw it, no? That's it. Oh, praise to the sister saw that thing. Listen, I'm like, you see, another Chama boy. So Musil Ramaphosa, that's a Chama boy right there. Make no mistake, he's a Chama boy. He went all the way to America to Chama Donald Trump. Guess what? He wasn't charmed at all. You understand? Read.
Charming never so wisely.
Exactly, because he's dumb as hell. The Lord says charming never so wisely because he doesn't have wisdom. So that's why he doesn't have anything else to do but to charm. You see how he is charming Donald Trump? He was charming him with our minerals. The minerals in South Africa, that's how he was charming Donald Trump when he went over there. The charmer boy. We went over this, man. Guess what? You see it's repeating itself. Yeah. Now, yeah, play the video, man. Are you playing it? Is the people seeing it? Now the people are seeing this thing. Okay, now, brothers and sisters, I wanted to show you this video where Captain Ibrahim Traore is the president of Burkina Faso. We love that brother, man. The Lord protect that brother. Now, he went to Russia. I want to show you how he was received in Russia versus how Cyril Ramaphosa was received in America. Now play the video. Watch this. Look at that. This, now picture this as the way our forefather Mordecai was received in Persia, how he was treated, like this. When he gets off the plane, he's not going to walk on concrete. No. Watch out this thing. There. You see the red carpet? Look at the red carpet, man, over there. Is it playing? One guy is frozen, man. I wanted some up close, man. This is him in Russia. You see, they came out, they even put out a red carpet when he arrived. You understand? Do they show the red carpet? Not yet. Not yet, right? But I saw it from afar when they showed the zoomed out view. The red carpet was there. But I just wanted to show you that how Captain Abraham Traore was received in Russia is very different on how Ramaphosa was received in Babylon the Great. He was just walking on concrete. The same concrete he left over here. You understand? There's the red carpet right there. You see? That's the red carpet. He was received on a red carpet, man. Look at that. That's how Mordecai, our forefather, was treated in Persia. Because Russia is positioning themselves the same way Persia was to us. But don't forget, Russia is a part of the 7 heads of the dragon. Don't forget that. You understand? So they are not your friends. Understand that thing. That's what I just wanted to show you that. Okay? So now, let me see. Yeah, show me that that article now. Do you have the one year Ramaphosa when he was received in America? Because I saw it somewhere. I think in Newsroom was showing it, where he was received in Washington. He got off a plane. He walked on concrete. You understand? Because there they have no business to try to entice you. Russia is playing a different type of game here. You understand? They entice. The same way our forefathers were well treated in Persia because of the Most High God of heaven and earth. Now, you didn't find it, ne? Yeah, read that article where Russia is. I sent the article where Putin was shaking the hand of one of the president on the continent. Is an article. Yeah. It's on the group there. Yep. It says, what to know about Russia's growing influence in Africa. That's the one. Yep. Share it on the screen. We are going to be reading this thing. Is this garment keep getting lopsided? Okay, let's do it.
Reading from pbs.org. What to know about Russia's growing influence in Africa.
Yeah, Dakar, Senegal.
Dakar, Senegal.
Just say no thanks at the bottom there. We don't want to subscribe to PBS. We just want to read the article. Come on, brothers. Okay, let's do it. Read it.
What to know about Russia's growing influence in Africa. Dakar, Senegal. Russia's top diplomat pledged help and military assistance while on a whirlwind tour of several countries in Africa's sub-Saharan region of Sahel this week, as Moscow seeks to grow its influence in the restive, mineral-rich section of the continent.
Stop right there. You see the objective? What do they want? Minerals, of course. Because what benefit would he want to receive from us? Minerals, of course. We're sitting, literally, we should be bathing in gold. But that's not what's going on. You understand? Go ahead.
Russia is emerging as the security partner of choice for a growing number of African governments in the region,
Go ahead.
displacing traditional allies like France and the United States.
Exactly. So one beast of the same dragon is pushing out, is saying, no, these are bad cops. I'm the good cop. But remember, you've got France and the US. They are part of this dragon. And the US is part of this of the seventh, is the eighth, and is of the seventh. Read.
Sergei Lavrov, who has made
Sergei.
excuse me, sir. Sergei Lavrov, who has made several trips to Africa in recent years, this week stopped in Guinea,
He stopped in Guinea.
the Republic of Congo,
He stopped in the Republic of the Congo. Go ahead.
Burkina Faso,
Uh-huh.
and Chad.
And Chad. You see what he's doing? And these countries, these are the countries whereby now coups are taking place, soldiers are taking over. You get me? Which is good. But now, one head of the dragon is coming here to come and cause problems, presenting themselves at the sweet konyana. Go ahead.
Moscow has aggressively expanded its military cooperation with African nations by using the private security company Wagner and its likely successors Africa Corps, with Russian mercenaries taking up roles from protecting
African leaders to helping state fight extremists. You see, it says to helping states fight extremists. You know what this is referring to?
Yes, sir.
Extremists. Us. Yeah, what we teach. I bet what we teach is considered as extremists. Go ahead.
The Polish Institute of International Affairs said in a study this month that in creating the Africa Corps, Russia took an assertive approach to expand its military presence in Africa. Moscow is also seeking political support,
You see that? Go ahead.
or at least neutrality, from many of Africa's 54 countries over its invasion of Ukraine.
So they want support from African countries. Remember, there was a time he was supposed to come and attend the G20, right? They said, no, when he arrives here, they're going to arrest him. Remember that, ne? Go ahead.
African nations make up the largest voting bloc at the United Nations and have been more divided than any other group on General Assembly resolutions criticizing Russia's actions in Ukraine.
Watch this.
Russia-linked entities also spread disinformation to undermine ties between African states and the West. The African Central
When
for
it says the West is because I get America as the bad cop. But America positioned themselves also. Remember, it says, hold that, Revelation 13. I'm going to show you something there. So the same way, just as Russia is positioning themselves as a sweet konyana, America also present themselves as a sweet konyana. And by peace shall destroy many. It's not just America. It's the countries that are part of the beast, the great red dragon. This is one of the, Russia is one of the 7 heads of this great red dragon. Don't forget that. So is France. So is Germany. Okay? Revelation 13. Read verse 11.
the book of Revelation, 13, verse 11.
Come on.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
You see, John is making it plain. A beast coming out of the earth. He didn't say the sea, the earth. Read.
And he had 2 horns like a lamb,
He had 2 horns like a lamb.
and he spake as a dragon.
Now I want you to stop right there. He had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So 2 horns like a lamb. Remember, America presents themselves as the sweet konyana, a lamb. A lamb is a peaceful animal. But he spake as a dragon. You know why he had 2 horns? Remember, it was Persia and Media, part of one empire. You understand? Republicanism and Democrats is the same. Come on.
And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast.
That's
before-
Rome. That's Rome. Read.
And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast
He says
before him.
America or this beast exercise all the power of the first beast before him. Read.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wounds were he was
That's what.
healed.
That is what. Whose deadly wound. When was he wounded? In 193 AD. When was he healed? 1453 during the Renaissance. Come on.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven,
This is World War II. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Come on.
so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth,
In Matthew 24, they call them miracles. Read.
so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. Come on.
by the means of those miracles,
That's it. He's even using the word here, miracles. Come on.
which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast,
They should make an image to the beast. This is Caesar Borgia,
which had the wound by a sword,
which had a wound by a sword. This is Rome,
and did live.
and came back in the Renaissance in 1453. Go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Should be put to death. So now what I'm showing you here, what we're reading here, is that they present themselves as this sweet konyana, but they are not. But he spake as a dragon. So the point that I wanted to get to was that part when it says, he had two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. That's what Russia is doing. Remember, Russia is a part of this dragon. Okay? Don't forget that. Come on, go back to the article.
Yes, sir. Reading from pbs.org, what to know about Russia's growing influence in Africa.
Now read the part when it says, why are African nations turning to Russia? Read that quickly. Sisters, come on.
Why are African nations turning to Russia? Russia has taken advantage of political unrest and discontent in coup-hit nations, capitalizing on popular frustration and anger with former colonial power France.
You see that? So now Burkina Faso is hard-fall with France. They welcome in Russia. They don't know. We don't blame our brothers because they don't know. They don't know that actually Russia is a part of this dragon that France is a part of. You see that? Read.
Military coups have ousted governments seen close to France and the West and doing little to alleviate grinding poverty, unemployment, and other hardships.
Next one. Come on.
Russia offers security assistance without interfering in politics.
Stop right there. Where did we just read this? We read this in the book of Esther. They says the Jews, we were allowed to practice our laws and customs in Persia freely without interference from the Persian Empire. You understand? From the Persian nationals. We were okay. Russia is doing the same thing. Go ahead.
Making it an appealing partner in places like Mali.
You see that? They are making themselves appealing to us. Because remember, in Persia, guess what? You saw Captain Ibrahim Traore when he's coming off the airplane. You see how he was received in Russia? Like royalty, because he is royalty. Make no mistake. He is royalty. But the same way he was our forefather Mordecai was received, that's how he is received in Russia. Russia who has the attributes of Persia, but they speak as a dragon. Read.
Making it an appealing partner in places like Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso.
Go ahead.
All ruled by military juntas that seized power in recent years. In return, Moscow seeks access to minerals and other contracts.
Stop. So why are they doing all this? They want minerals, man. They don't do nothing for free. Why would Russia, remember, you ever seen Russia? Russia is big, eh?
Yes, sir.
Russia is huge. You know why Russia is so huge? When you put Russia on the map, put the Russian Federation, USSR, USSR, the Russian Federation. When it's huge, man. Russia is huge. Is one of the largest European countries, continents. You understand? Russia is big. You know why? You know what that goes into? Give me that in Esther 1:1. While they're looking for that, I'm going to show you something. Put Russia on the map. You see how big Russia is, man. It's huge. I'm almost done. Russia is big. Yes, read Esther 1:1.
The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1.
Watch this.
Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus.
In the days of Ahasuerus, what happened?
This is Ahasuerus which reigned from India,
From where?
from India,
From India
even unto Ethiopia,
all the way unto Ethiopia. But watch this.
over 120 provinces.
127 provinces. That's huge. South Africa has how many provinces? It's 9. 9 provinces. Russia had, Persia had 127 provinces. How big is Russia, man? Russia is big. Did we find it? Yeah, put it up, man. Yeah. Read that verse again. Esther 1 and 1.
The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1.
I want the people to see that thing online. Do they see it? Yeah. Zoom in a bit. But that's Russia. You see that green spot there, that's Russia. You see how big Russia is? Russia is huge, man. Russia is humongous, man. Now read that verse again.
The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1.
Come on.
Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia.
So from India all the way. Because remember, when it says from India, that means the entire Indian continent. All the way up to Ethiopia, meaning crossing the Indian Ocean. Go to Ethiopia. Read.
From India even unto Ethiopia, over 120 provinces.
So 127 provinces, all the way from India, all the way into Ethiopia. So you see how big this is? I bet this is a huge land mass. That's a huge land mass. Look at Russia. So when you read the scriptures, don't think it's no, it's not disconnected, because what you are seeing is Russia is taking the attributes of ancient Persia and brought them into their kingdom, but at the same time, Russia is a part of this dragon. That means Russia is the dragon also. You understand that? So, brothers and sisters, we come to the end of our class. Praise the Lord. Okay? So, but I just wanted to open your eyes so you can see. African leaders, beware of Russia. That's the statement for the day. Beware of Russia, thus saith the Lord. Because Russia is a part of this beast. And with that, we say shalom. Praise the Lord. Let's give the Lord a hand. Praise the Lord. Okay, all praises to the Most High, man. All praises. Okay, that's it on that. All praises.